Hello, everyone. Welcome back to our podcast. This is episode 2. My name's Kevin. I'm here with my co host, Jonathan. Everyone else, please introduce yourself.
My name is
My name
Catherine.
is Jay, and
Jay, I think your webcam's lagging a bit. I don't know.
My name
And Isabella?
My name is Isabella.
All right. So basically, what this episode is about is that we're gonna talk about how we can get more. We're gonna take a deep dive into our SDG. So, what did we say last week about what our SDG really meant to us?
Like protecting the land and
Okay, yeah, I see
saving
what
our
you're saying.
resources.
Jay, what do you think our SDG
like
meant last week?
how people aren't taking responsibility for the stuff.
Yeah, Ashley,
people
what are
just-
your comments on it?
Um, I don't have no comments.
Okay, also Aaron's not here. Catherine?
I think what I took from it is that we have to be more vigilant with
Yeah,
our
be
planet.
vigilant.
Yeah.
Vigilant. And Isabella?
I think we have to protect our land more.
Yeah, but today we're gonna look about like the outside of a box on those meanings, and now basically what we're gonna I'm sharing the screen. So basically, what we're taking a look at is that we're taking a look at what our SCG really means, and so yeah, as you can see, basically, can somebody read to me what this means, what it says again?
I'll read it.
protect, restore, and promote substance and
Sustainable,
substance. Oh my god, I can't read.
sustainable.
Use of bro, I can't read. Just read it yourself.
Terrestrial ecosystems sustainably manage forests, combat desertification, and halt and reverse land degradation and biodiversity loss, or halt biodiversity loss.
I have
So
no
basically,
idea
there are a
what it
lot of ways that we can really show this goal in our actions. So yeah, now we're gonna take a look at what goal 15 means in action.
am I
So
supposed
basically,
to
as you
keep
can see right now, what's some examples that we have? We have reduce usage of pesticides. What else? We have reduce the paper bags. What else? Or produce plastic bags. Jonathan?
I think also
Let me look at our tweets.
I think reusing bags too. Also,
Let me look at
And people planting gardens also. But yeah, really about the SCG, really there's like ways that we can really apply this to real world problems, because again, life on land, it's a very vague definition. It's very general, as you can see. And that's how people are using this goal in action. I know there's a lot of more examples. And as you can see, look, here's some of the ways you can reduce your consumption of meat by fair trade products, recycle, and sign petitions to
Recycle.
help each other. Alright, so now we're gonna take a look at what our targets are. So can someone read to me what this is about?
By 2020, ensure the conservation, restoration, and sustainable use of terrestrial and inland freshwater ecosystems and their services, in particular forests, wetlands, mountains, and drylands, in line with obligations under international agreements.
Yeah, and some, we have it about ending the deforestation. We want to restore all the land that has, dried up. Again, does anybody remember the question I said yesterday about how, like, back then, like, your lawns outside, they were probably green, but, like,
Yeah.
they're all dried up now?
Mhm.
Yeah, and then we also want,
Yeah.
our mountain ecosystems to be safe. We want to protect the biodiversity. There's also one interesting, promote access to genetic resources. We want to eliminate trafficking of these very endangered species. We prevent invasive alien species on land. Does anybody know what an alien species is? And no, this does not have to do with, like, I don't know, beyond the
like an animal not from the place.
Yeah, it's an animal not from the place that if it actually enters up here, it can cause very serious devastations to our environment. For example, that killer bee. You know the killer bee I'm talking about? The killer hornet?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
scared of that too. I do not want to see it.
I do not want to
There's-
die.
Like, yeah, me too. Me too. That's the whole goal for 2021, really. And we basically want to, you know,
Yeah.
have our forest become sustainable. Anyways, I'm gonna stop the share. So, what do you think those goals like really meant to you? Do you think those goals were like outside of the box?
Yeah,
Kinda,
it gave
Yeah.
a lot of examples on what to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Other than just like, you know, protecting the land, really.
Should we just take a small break? I guess.
Yeah, maybe have a coffee break. Drink water. Drink water. Drink
We still
water.
got time anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Okay, thank you.
So, what do you think it means to like really restore our freshwater ecosystems? Really?
Like not having like the water being polluted by like factories
Yeah.
and stuff.
Yeah, because even though we don't really, I don't know, live in freshwater, what lives in ecosystems that we aren't in?
Repeat the question.
Like what exists in some ecosystems where like we're not there, but we don't live there?
Like animals in the ocean.
Plants.
or-
Yeah, because even though we don't live there, we do have to understand that, you know, it's like a big threat.
Yeah.
Oh,
Because
yeah, it is.
what do plants do? What do plants do? You probably learned this in like science in like what, last year? or
They give
something?
us like
What's the process called?
photosynthesis.
Synthesis. Yeah. So I think
Okay.
that's why even though we don't live in these places, it's still important to us, the animals and also the plants.
We also have to help the ocean too, because part of the ocean gives us oxygen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
It's not
And again,
only
it's
trees.
also endangering the animals. I mean, after all, you know how we've seen those things that say like, you know, no dumping, this leads to the ocean.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
when we
start
see
getting-
that, we probably like hold on to our phone in our pockets, make sure it doesn't fall into the ocean, and then I don't know, a seal eats it. But yeah, so what do you think it means to end this forestation? What do you think? Well, I mean, that sounds pretty like it sounds like, you know, you would already know about it. But like, what does it mean
Yeah.
to end this forestation to you guys? Isabella, want to speak about that?
Maybe like stop making like homes and like forests and stuff.
Yeah,
Or like
absolutely.
buildings.
I think making less like for example, like we always make fast foods like over and over again, and I feel like we have to lower that.
Yeah, cause that waste goes somewhere. Because you
Mhm.
know how people say like it takes like, I don't know, like 1 million gallons to make a hamburger or something.
Really?
It does.
No, like it takes like a lot of gallons of water to actually make the stuff that you would eat in a hamburger.
Oh,
Um,
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Ashley,
yeah.
what are your comments on this?
I think we should like stop just eating out in general
Yeah.
and
like,
just make our own food.
Because remember they said like, yeah. Plus the only people that eat at fast food restaurants are people who can actually afford stuff.
yeah.
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 I feel like right now a lot of like industries are trying to build malls, and honestly, I rather like live than have like
Yeah.
another mall.
I just want to buy online. I wish there was a world where you can just buy stuff online and the shipping is always free, even if you just buy, I don't know, a pack of gum.
I never
Yeah.
bought online before.
Yeah. I mean, again, it goes to show you. I think you guys think that the term a little goes like a, you know, all those every little bit counts. What do you guys think of that term? Does it apply in this situation?
I think it does. Oh wait.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, like picking up
This-
a wrapper from the street.
Exactly.
That helps.
Isabella, do you have
Yeah.
any comments on that?
No.
Okay. All right. So again, the target is about being really. So now it's asking you end desertification, and they want to restore the degraded land. So what do you guys think that portion means?
Maybe
think-
like you go.
Oh, I think maybe Actually, I don't
making
know.
I think it's about really like making the land safer so future generations can live on those lands, you know, like not
Oh,
you don't
yeah.
want the land to go
Yeah.
you don't want the land to go to waste.
Or maybe
We
like
don't want trees
if,
to go to waste, we don't want animals to go to waste, etc.
or maybe if there's like a place without trees or like without grass, like we
Like we
uh
need some support over there.
yeah, like we come together and grow plants and stuff and
Yeah.
make that place home again.
Yeah, we need to make that place home again. Because let me go check out my room. Oh, yeah. Yeah, because I just checked my lawn. It's actually glowing green again. It's unlike the orange mess from last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I mean, we can like what is it? Restore like even in our own gardens, you know, with the whole grass situation like I told you about
Yes.
last time. So yeah. What else is here? So another one is protect the biodiversity and natural habitats. Again, I think biodiversity, what does bio mean?
Thing.
Living. And what does diversity
Life.
mean? And what does diversity mean?
Multiple kinds.
Yeah, like, you know, like diversity and race. I think it's about
Yeah.
like, you know, making sure that every single type, what do you think it means? Like, you know, do you think it like
Oh,
every single type of
we learned about diversity in science. Like it's important to have diversity in a lot of ecosystems.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
like, yeah, it is because you know all those plants. What is the reason that we need plants? We just talked about it.
Get energy or like
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and all those plants they can do different types of things that are
Mm.
important to us humans.
Mhm.
See, it's synergy. You know, it benefits off of us, right? But both of
Yes.
us can benefit the plants, the animals, the humans. Another one is ensure conservation of mountain ecosystems. I think it just means that you know want to protect our mountain regions. Really, that's just a short one. Really. Next up
Yes.
is now this is one I kind of found interesting. Promote access to genetic resources and fair sharing of the benefits. Now, what do you guys really think that means? Really,
I don't know. It's kind of a weird
Yeah.
one.
I think like maybe like I don't know, have diversity in like the genetics of the plants. Maybe maybe you know maybe have it spread out. It's, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why I found it an interesting one. Eliminate poaching and trafficking of protected species.
Well, that's easy. Just don't like kill.
Yeah, but you know we have a lot of people that are not in the right mind. You know, one of the big examples wasn't it like Cecil the tiger? Didn't some dentist kill him? Like the tiger. What is it like Cecil the lion? Maybe.
I'm not sure.
Tiger?
Yeah, I'm gonna just put a news article on screen right now, just so I can remind the audience what we're talking about. But yeah, you know, I think species, you know, because again, there's biodiversity in species, and we don't want to see these species go. I mean, who's ever seen the movie Rio?
Yeah.
Oh,
I heard those like blue
I don't
birds went
know.
extinct or something. Like they're
Yeah.
very endangered. And you know, all these animals they play a big part. Now, next
Yeah.
up is prevent invasive alien species on land and in water ecosystems. Now, could somebody tell me what are alien species and why do we fear them? What's the problem with them?
Well, they're not supposed to be on a certain land. They're supposed to be in their own environment. And if they go to another environment, they could possibly die because they're not used to that surrounding.
And if they don't die, who will die?
Us.
The species on
like
the
whole
species that are actually
protein
native
thing.
to the land there.
Oh
'Cause
yeah.
you know what
yeah,
they do?
yeah.
They take their
I
resources.
remember
They
now.
greedy.
Yeah.
They greedy. I'm gonna say that. They're greedy.
Yeah, true.
The
They're
thing
greedy. They're gold diggers.
humans can kind of like create habitable places
Yeah.
in any ecosystem, but
'Cause,
animals can't.
Again, we need to share. We need to make it equal. We need to like share everything equally, and I think that's what this relates to. About the alien species.
Yeah, true.
Alright. So integrate global ecosystem and biodiversity in governmental planning. Isabella, what do you think that means? You want to comment about that?
No, I don't really have anything to say.
I mean, so like, does anybody want to comment on that? It's Target 15.9. It's about integrate ecosystem and biodiversity into governmental planning. So what do you think that means? I mean, I think I would get it, but
I think it
because I would get it,
means-
I'm asking you.
I think it means to give ideas to the government and to
Yeah.
actually put those ideas into the government's head, so
Yeah.
they'll be able to tell people to do certain things, so we could actually change for the world.
Yeah, because you know, as ourselves, we can't really do anything about it. But as a democracy, yes, we can do something about it. Now, have increased the financial resources to conserve and sustainably use ecosystem and biodiversity. So, anyone think what that means, Ashley, Jay?
Wait, let me see.
It's called increased financial resources to conserve and sustainably use biodiversity.
So they're like gaining money so we can like
I think it's like using your have an optimal way that you're gonna use these resources, and especially with the cost and etc. You agree with that, Jay?
Yeah, like
So okay, so now this is kind of gonna be similar to this. So Luke, this kind of like similar, but like it says finance and incentivize sustainable forest management. So I think it's like this. I think it's kind of the same thing. Make sure that if we're gonna chop down trees, make sure like we plant an extra tree. If that makes
yeah,
sense. Ashley, do you think that
Yeah.
makes sense?
yeah, that makes
Yeah.
An eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth.
yeah.
Yeah.
Alright.
Okay. Lastly, it's about combat global poaching and trafficking. So there's just another interesting. It says that in the description, enhance global support for efforts to combat poaching and trafficking of protected species, including by increasing the capacity of local communities to pursue sustainable livelihood opportunities. That kind of sounds like they don't want people to become poachers. No, not poached egg, but like they want people to actually do something for the ecosystem, because you know how we have a holiday, Earth Day, right?
Yes.
But what do people
Yeah.
say about Earth Day?
Like they if they see a piece of trash, they pick it
No,
up.
that like they say that Earth Day should be like they say Earth Day should be every day, because like every day we should be
day.
Yeah.
caring
Oh
for-
yeah.
not just on Earth Day itself. You know what I mean?
Earth Day is every day.
Yeah.
I mean, practically.
So yeah,
we're
that
always
was actually
living-
all the targets. So like, you guys have a more bigger understanding of what our SDGs really mean?
Yeah.
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 Yes.
Yeah, because like we're thinking
definitely.
about outside of the box. Like we're thinking outside of just protecting the land. Life on land. Land is really, in this case, it's a more of a general meaning. Do you all of you agree with that?
Yeah.
Yeah,
We're not just trying to say life on land. Life on land is like the trigger, like etc. Yeah, and also we saw our goal in action. What are some ways that we can actually have our goal in action?
I think we should. Well, I think we should protest. Of course, like not right now, but we should protest to the government
Spread the
that we
word,
actually need
spread
a
the word.
change.
Yeah, because again, this is becoming a very political issue. I mean, we could do it ourselves, like personally, like how they said, to use like reusable shopping bags, your paper bags, etc.
Oh yeah.
Like.
Yeah.
Has a
'Cause
load.
you know how like a lot of people a lot of businesses are like that are like eco-friendly packaging and all that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, do you guys all agree?
Yes.
Yeah, so I think that's what they're kind of talking about. And then we have to, okay, I wouldn't say to everyone to become activists really, because we have our own futures in life, but like we should at least do something. I think that's the biggest takeaway from all this, because like we could do anything really.
Yeah.
Would you agree with that?
Yeah.
So yeah, that wraps up this podcast. Thank you all for actually no, take a break, and then I'll like brainstorm like an ending credit thing.
Alright. It's kind of windy right now, so like outside.
All right, everyone. That was it for our podcast. Thank you all for watching, and make sure you tune in next week for I don't know another podcast. So bye, everyone.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye.